Okay, good morning. It is Wednesday, April 8th. We're looking at the S&P 500 here, and let's take a look at just the overnight session here. We opened, we traded down to about 26.21 area, and then you can see we came up, we held key turns for a bit here, we came back down. We held here at the CP, held at key turns, held right here. So they've been using this whole area over here. Use this, use that. Came up here, pulled back, came back down, used key turns. And looks like they want to go up at least to test here. So let's talk about this a little bit. So they want to at least come back up and test here, it looks like, this 8750. And very possibly 2700. And not even out of the question, this is what we want to look at up here. We want to keep an eye on between 2700 and 2710. And if we go back and we look at yesterday, just what happened throughout the day, here's the high. We came down, we had a lower high, we put in a lower low, lower high, lower low. Then we had a pretty nice move up, but we never took out any of this, so still lower highs over here. Came down, lower highs, lower lows, all the way down. Low. We haven't taken this out yet, so that's important. Got to pay attention to that. Okay, took that out. Lower low, lower high, lower low. This is higher than this high, but it doesn't take out anything significant over here. Lower low, move down. I mean, all pretty predictable. And if you tried to trade against that yesterday, it was a tough day. And there were some opportunities through some of this when you saw here, and then we had this bounce from 2700 area. That was a nice opportunity that you could have gotten long. So you can certainly scalp some of these moves. I mean, this was a nice long trade over here. This was like 50 points, maybe a little more. So that's a nice trade over here. But the overall direction here, this thing switches and we start holding below here, and the direction is down. And yes, you could try to trade the 60 to 90 area if you wanted and get that 30 points, but this is the easy money. And unless you're real good at picking out where this thing's turning around, and I mean, it's just very, very difficult to trade that. So let's see, hopping over here to today, what do we have? We have this high, which we've still not taken out. And if we brought things back into perspective, you could see that we could really come quite a ways back up here. So this area is going to be real important. Let's watch that. See if they come back up that high. Now on the other side down here, this 2572 or 2556. These are kind of good starting out points for some selling. Now that doesn't mean we're not gonna, if we come down here, it doesn't mean we don't bounce, and but obviously what it looks like is, I mean, this would be a pretty good place to start out, one of these two down here, and then see if there's some bouncing from there. And if things start to really get crazy, we really couldn't rule out this back into the 2400, probably this 2484, and then below that 2433. So the CPs are looking real good today, with the exception of we could probe up above here to this 10 area. We'll see how that plays out. So I'll be as active as possible in the live trade signals, and I mean, remember, the market's only doing 4 things ever. And if you stick with what are the one of those, what's the one of those 4 things the market's doing, and stick with that overall, then you are going to find yourself on the right side of it the majority of the time. So I will see you in the live trade signals.